What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got for you an elite athlete speed and change of direction training. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure to subscribe to catch all of them. So we're doing this video a little bit differently today. We got a whole bunch of clips from Franny hitting this session with us. So I'm gonna overlay some clips as I kind of walk you guys through what we did. So I say it's a speed and change of direction. So pretty much we're working on backward speed into sprint speed. So a whole lot of backward shuffling, right, into a quick turn, into a sprint. This is a very important element of soccer. Making sure we have quick hips, we can move our feet fast, we can stay in front, right? Especially for defenders, we can stay in front of the people coming at us, flipping the hips. When we have to turn, we can turn really quickly, good mechanics, hit that sprint, stay in line. So we don't have a clip of actually the very first thing, but it's line hops, right? So we're gonna start with line hops, any low-level plyo. If you don't do line hops, you can do pogos, moving pogos, honestly, really anything to just kind of get the body going. But from there, we're hitting some zigzag jumps. So I love doing zigzag jumps for this type of session because a lot of this backward shuffling movement is in that 45-degree angle, right? So we're working on the body being able to push in this angle, and a lot of that strength from the push. So we're gonna start with some plyometrics there. So we got some double leg zigzag jumps. Obviously, we're gonna start off sticking it each time, just getting the body used to it. Franny's pretty advanced, so we can bump her through and she can start going more continuous. From there, we build to a single leg. So she's pushing from one to the next, starting off sticking it, and then going continuous. Now, my biggest thing when she goes continuous, or when our athletes go continuous with this, is trying to float. So a lot of times they try to reach. So they just end up keeping it low and just reaching, right? I want it to be floaty and I want them to pop from one to the next. So they get here, they can bounce almost one to the next, just being able to land, absorb, and go. Keep that load in there versus just reaching. So the next part of these zigzag jumps, Franny was complaining the whole time, we're going backwards. So I want to complement, right, being able to push going backwards. So we're gonna hit some backwards jumps. So we're gonna start here, right? As you can see in the clips, we jump back. So I don't need this crazy far. I just want to work on being able to jump backwards. I think that's a very underrated skill that a lot of people don't have. So I'm trying to build that up with our athletes. Another big part of this is, backwards running, backpedaling, even backwards sprinting, having the ability to produce force going backwards. In soccer, we see this movement pattern all the time, needing to go backwards. So we're working on some backwards plyometrics. Might feel awkward to start, just keep it going. Good mechanics, right? When we land, we absorb every single time. From double leg, we're moving to single leg, right? Being able to just push off. This should look really familiar to the whole backward shuffle. One thing builds to the next. So we're hitting some of those. I'm out of breath. After we run through our entire zigzag jump section, we're working on some hip flips. Big part of backward shuffling into a sprint is that hip flip, right? Backward shuffling itself is just how quickly you can move your hips. So we're gonna start here on our toes, boom, out as fast as we can, just warming up that ability to bounce, to quickly turn as fast as we can, hit it and come back. Run through that a couple times, and then we start in the meat and potatoes. So what we're starting off with, simple backward shuffle, okay? So we're just gonna be here. We're gonna drop our hips. We're gonna drive off this leg, right? Drive off that front. Keep our hips moving the entire time. As we go, we don't wanna get too wide of a stance, right? We don't wanna be here and really wide, really long. We almost wanna stay compact without being narrow stance, right? I don't wanna be like, tripping myself. But I wanna stay here. I wanna be able to move really fast. If someone goes this way, I wanna be able to get there. I wanna be able to be strong. We're driving off this leg. So we're starting off with that. A couple times we go 80%, 90%, 100%, as fast as you can. Give it 2 or 3 shuffles, then flip constantly, okay? So then you see me running at Franny. So now we become a little bit more reactive. So instead of her just flipping on her own, now I'm jogging at her, right? And she has to keep in front of me. So however I run, she has to stay in front. So if I'm running this way, right, she's got to flip her hips here. No matter what I do, make sure you stay in front of me. Don't let me get a step ahead of you. I kept it pretty chill, right? We're still warming up because the main part of this lift or of this speed session is that ability to turn and sprint. So it's very important to be able to stay in front, like as we're shuffling back, but at a certain point, you might have to be able to turn really quickly and sprint. So we open it up more. If you guys have watched some of our other videos way back, you will have heard us talk about, you know, being able to flip your hips and sprint. It's a lot of that linear change of direction that we do. So we're opened up here from this position, this leg right here. I want it to step over my knee, right? So I'm here and then I punch forward. So if I'm in this position, step over and here. So that's gonna be a lot more efficient. As we're backing up, right, we wanna stay in line so we can be really quick versus like, you know, woo, a boat turn type of dealio. That's super slow. The wider we get, the slower we get. It's all about staying in line, staying almost compact, keeping all those forces within each other, being able to whip around, right? No boat turn, we want more of like a hairpin style. So we're opening it up with Franny. She's just gonna be backpedaling or backward shuffling a little bit, and then she's gonna open it up, turn and sprint, hit that a couple times. Once she gets that, she's gonna go on my go. So she's gonna be backing up all on her own, yeah, and then at a certain point, I'm gonna say go. So she has to react, however her position is, she has to immediately turn and sprint. So whether she's in the middle of switching or whether she's here about to switch, whether she just gets in her position, she has to be able to have that body awareness. Because when we hit the field and when we're playing, right, if we're defending, we're keeping our body position based on the forward coming at us, the other player, the opponent coming at us. I don't know what's gonna happen until it happens pretty much. So you have to be able to react without getting your feet tied up. So we run through that. Really, like I said, just working on the efficiency of that turn. And of course, we have to finish it off with a tennis ball. So we just build one thing onto the next. She does the backward shuffle. I say go. She opens up, turns and sprints. I drop the ball just to catch it before the second bounce. Just kind of create some competitiveness in there. If this was a group session, we would have done some competition type of stuff. But the biggest part with this is just getting your feet under you, getting the mechanics down, and then you can add the speed of movement. If you don't have the movement or the mechanics, you know, you don't want to build speed upon a terrible foundation. Just work to get the movements. You know, if I have some lower athletes or athletes who've just started with us, I literally just have them start here, 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 and then work on turning and sprinting, right? You want to get your head around, you want to be looking where you want to go. So hopefully you guys liked this. Wanted to give you a little bit more description about what we do, why we do it, versus just kind of seeing the snippet. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, comment below what you want to see, questions you got. I'm out of breath from talking too much, so we will catch you guys in the next one.